Mike Hernandez was a bueno vaquero. Rode some good horses, California style. I watched him for hours and he showed me a little of the old California he knew for a while. Started young horses in Bosali Fiador, onto the Touraine, the old Spanish spade. Brought them along with two hands that were gentle, some fine reining horses as ever were made.
Howdy, everyone. Welcome. I am so glad that you are all tuning in today. That was Dave Stymie singing Spin That Pony for us. And who was spinning the pony today was Victoria in 5th grade. And that was Lonesome Dove, who she is riding. Give me just a second here. I'm pulling up. Mary Murphy, good to see you. Mario Sanchez, good to see you. As I was saying, that was Good Morning, Mary. As I was saying, that is Victoria on Lonesome Dove, and she was at a dude ranch this summer in Montana at 9 Quarter Circle Ranch, and her entire family was having a great time riding horses, so I'm sure that we are going to be seeing even more horseback riding pictures from the family very soon. Let's see here. We got a lot of people clicking in this morning. Mary, good morning. Mary Murphy, Mary Rowan, that's Mary Squared. And Tammy, good morning. Good to see you. And Christina, good to see you. Boy, we have a packed house between all the channels right now. We're at already 27 people viewing on all the different platforms. Hey, I'm Sheriff P, and this is the Grace Christian School Weekly Roundup, where you come for all the latest and greatest information about Grace Christian School. I try to share with you about what's going on, what's going to be happening in the future, and what's happened in the past to make sure you are fully informed about everything on this campus. I can't begin to thank you enough for everybody who has hit that subscribe button. We broke 1,000 subscriptions, and it's because of you, parents. You have done a wonderful job. And not only parents, but our loved ones and people who have graduated. I get comments from everyone that they're starting to follow the channel. And I encourage you, if you're not currently subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. If you want to be notified the minute we go live with something, hit the bell. You can ring the bell and it will let you know immediately what's going on. Last week, I was in Texas at a safety conference, and I alluded to the fact I was going to talk to you guys about a grandparent who came in and he told me a little bit of a story. One of her children, her grandchildren, have graduated from here and is off to a private high school right now. And she said her granddaughter is doing spectacular. And she is there with kids from many other schools. And her granddaughter is just head and shoulders above the rest. The first thing she talked about was Spanish. How far ahead she was in Spanish. She escalated immediately to Spanish 2 as a freshman, which has allowed her additional time now as a junior to be able to do other things. In addition, because of the leadership skills that she learned through National Junior Honor Society with Miss Narigian's organization there, she does a wonderful job. She has gone on and started a women's STEM club at her high school. And it's overwhelming the amount of students who are joining her club and the support that she has from faculty. And the grandma couldn't thank us enough for the foundation that we laid in her granddaughter, and she's seen in her other grandchildren also. And I just wanted to share that story with you. It really touched my heart. I know when I shared it with the classroom teachers and I gave their name to the teachers, they could see that coming down the road. But parents, keep those stories coming into us. I can't thank you enough, and I will share them here with other parents. But the next thing I want to talk to you about is Charleston Rap. Charleston Rap is one of our 2 major fundraisers that we do in the school year. It's unfortunate we have to do them, and when we do put our minds around how they're going to look, we really take great pain in making sure that they add value or fun or something for all of our families. Charleston Rap does that. We have a goal of selling $55,000 worth of product, and we are right now at $44,000. You may ask, where did you get that number, Sheriff P? And we exceeded that number last year with less students enrolled in the school. So that should be a pretty easy number to obtain. We just need everyone to participate. And even if it's a little bit or a lot, it all does help, and it adds up to do great things for our school. I just placed my order for my grandson, and I got a whole bunch of great looking gift wrap that I'm going to be using, along with some cool looking kitchen utensils. You guys know I barbecue a lot, and there's some great things that I'm going to take out to my barbecue shed to be able to utilize while I'm barbecuing. So that's out there. We still have the number of viewers is going up. We're at like 28 viewers right now, and I can't thank you enough for tuning into the weekly roundup. Next thing I want to talk to you about is Red Ribbon Week. Red Ribbon Week is right around the corner, and this form has gone home to you, and it outlines everything that we're going to be doing during Red Ribbon Week. I know that Brenda and Mandy and Sean have done a wonderful job of gathering everything to make sure Red Ribbon Week is really special, that we can get the message out to our students to stay off of drugs and to stay away from them. And every year we do this. In years past, we have had helicopters land on the field. We've done demonstrations with Yorku and other dogs from the California Highway Patrol. Because of COVID, I know that big C word comes up again. Those organizations aren't coming out to school campuses just like our cows. So Sean, Mandy, and Brenda have really done a lot to try to make this coming week's Red Ribbon Week really special. In addition, you probably got this flyer for Kona Ice. And Kona Ice makes it really easy. If you want to purchase Kona Ice, all that you have to do is hit your phone onto that QR code right there, and you're able to go in and order and pay for Kona Ice for your students. And when the Kona Ice truck is here, they are able to easily pick up their Kona Ice and enjoy that here at campus. I know Kona Ice is always really popular with all of our students, and Red Ribbon Week is always a fun time with all of the different things and themes that we have each day through the festivals. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you about, this is serious, Sheriff Pete. This is TikTok. Parents, personally, we come alongside and we help you develop tomorrow's leaders with all of our students. And occasionally I will share with you my personal thoughts also. Personally, I don't think any of our students here in grades preschool through 8th grade should be on TikTok, this platform that I'm talking about. Those of you who have come to our internet safety classes that we've had with the Department of Justice, Internet Task Force for Orange County, really understand the dangers of TikTok and what it exposes your child to. What I want to talk to you about are two challenges that are going on currently. And I know all of you are saying, well, this is a Christian school. That would never happen here. I want to believe that, but I know kids can be kids if they think they're going to be funny and it's not going to cause any harm. But I want you to know what I'm going to talk to you about is already affecting districts around here. I've talked to people at Cypress Elementary School District, and they are experiencing the first challenge where students steal something from a classroom, they steal something from a teacher's desk, or they damage something. They break something of school property. Our Cypress Elementary School District that we are in is already experiencing that. We have not experienced any of that type of malicious behavior or vandalism from any of our students, and I'm very proud of that, and that's because of you, parents. I know that you have a great upbringing and a great baseline that our children respect other people's property, and I just want to make sure that we reiterate that at home, because there are severe consequences if a student was to steal something or vandalize something here at school. The next thing I want to talk to you about, so even a little bit more serious than that, the recent challenge that's coming out, and I understand they're going to be doing pieces on this next week on the news, and that's the challenge to slap or hit a school employee. And that's where they walk up, smack a teacher, slap a teacher, hit a custodian, someone in the office, and that is considered assault. And our students from 3rd grade on up understand the difference between right and wrong. And if that were to happen, there will be prosecution for an assault. And I know parents are, it's just a kid. It's not just a kid, it's an assault, and we cannot allow that to happen. So parents, I really want you to talk to your children about this, because if they go up and they assault someone, they're going to be expelled. And The reason we're putting this out on this part is because this is a challenge that they're challenging boys and girls to go out and do. So parents, please take a few moments this evening to talk to your kids about the dangers of TikTok and the dangers of challenges, and making sure they understand the consequences that can follow actions doing something like that. The next thing I want to talk to you about is help wanted. We have our computer teacher is going to be going out on a leave of absence, and we're looking for a long-term sub for a couple of months that can come in and sub in our computer class. We are on a computer cart, so we go from class to class, and it's basic computer understanding, teaching students how to turn a computer on, how to open internet, how to open Word, how to open Excel, how to type a paper, how to do basic research as they go through. And we're willing to train and help people. You would have to have a comfort level with that. And it's at least a 4-day-a-week gig, 5 days a week possibly. If you were interested, please contact the school office and let me know. I'm going to be looking at different applicants this week and finding who would work the smoothest transition into the schedule that we currently have that would be able to slide right in there. And if we can't find anyone that is able to slide directly in, then I'll be looking at possibly tweaking our school schedule that would affect some different enrichment teachers, and it would cause us to move the schedule throughout the entire campus. But I'm hoping not to do that and find just the right person. And I know with the number of parents that we have here at the school, loved ones, graduates who might be in college right now, might even be taking classes online, this might be a great opportunity for you to start teaching. So, if you were a freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior in college, a parent at home or a loved one or a grandparent who might be retired, and this might be your gift, come give us a call, 714-761-5200, and ask for Selena and let her know that you're interested, and she will get the information to me, and we'll be able to move through with that. The next thing I want to talk to you about is COVID. And before I do that, I want you to take a look at this really cool thing, looking out for your health. Nancy Shields is our graphic designer, and she does an amazing job of making us look good. Everything you see here, the Sheriff P logo here on the corner, the wagon with the health message on there, to all the other things you see on our campus, that is because of the gifts of God that were given to Nancy Shields. She is an amazing person. She has a servant's heart, and she does great work for our school. And we're always complimented on the amazing logos and designs that she comes up with to be able to communicate our message in a fun way to all of our parents. But taking that and transitioning into COVID, I know many of you received my letter after the governor's mandate on October 1st, last Friday, and I understand that it was the talk of Friday Night Lights, the governor's mandate. And over the weekend, we were able to go into the Health and Safety Code and find where the differences between legislation and a directive and an executive order and what exactly that means to our families. And I was planning on rolling that out today, but in talking to Christy and some other people on staff, they felt it was important that I get that information out to you immediately. And that's why on Monday I sent you out that letter letting you know that we will be taking personal exemptions, personal beliefs, and medical exemptions for the vaccine for our 7th and 8th graders as it becomes mandatory either in January or July, depending on when the FDA gives final approval for the vaccine for that age group. Now, I also want you to know that the governor did indicate that once the vaccine is approved for 5 years old and up, the mandate will be expanded to include those students also. Now, what we are doing here at Grace is we are coming up with a form that you will be able to go online and complete either as a medical reason or a personal belief. I truly believe it's easier if you're doing this to do your personal belief, unless you have a medical reason that can be backed by a doctor. Go on, and we would need one of these completed for each one of your students. If you have 3 kids, we need 3, and the reason for that is we would need to keep those in the student's file. So as the student left here onto high school, the file follows the student, and that exemption form is already in there that would accompany them to their new school. And that will be coming out probably in the next week as we're working on developing it. It doesn't have to be a long, drawn-out dissertation. It just, in my family, this is what we believe, 2 or 3 sentences, and you're good to go. You'll click a place where you sign it, and you'll submit it, and that's basically it, and we will accept them and put them in place. I know vaccines and these type of mandates are an extremely viable, or not viable, a very hot topic among parents. And I understand that we probably have parents on both sides of the issue, and I respect that. And those parents that want to get their children vaccinated, by all means, do it. And if you need help finding a vaccination clinic, please let us know, and we will put you in touch with the right organizations that can do that for you in a timely fashion. If you're not interested in that, and you would just need to fill out the form, because when this actually does take place in January or July, one of 2 things will be required. We'll either have to have that form on file, or we will have to have a copy of the vaccination certificate or card for the student that we will make a note of. We will not keep the vaccine card in the student's file just to respect HIPAA, but we will make a note of it in our files on our digital retrieval system that we have for our medical records. So that kind of covers that. Also, I want to let you know that we are doing COVID testing still here on campus, and I can't thank you enough, parents. You're doing a wonderful job of keeping your students home if they are sick. There is definitely a cold going around that constitutes a sore throat, a runny nose, and coughing. And it kind of goes away within 2 days, 3 days. We've seen that with a lot of our students. And if that's what you have when you call in, we're going to listen to your symptoms, and we may not ask you to come in for a COVID test. But if you start to get other symptoms that we're seeing that are common with COVID, then we'll call you in for a test to be able to offer that for you and your child's siblings and everything, to make sure everyone is safe. So that pretty much covers the COVID thing. But the number one way that we're preventing it is by keeping our students home when they're sick, and it also helps on the other end also. Another thing that you might be starting to see is fall allergies. I know that I'm a sufferer of fall allergies. After it rains and the pollen gets knocked out of the trees, I'll sometimes start sneezing or sound a little stuffed up. And I know that when the Santa Anas come, that also happens to a number of people. So don't immediately freak out and think you have COVID. Just watch it and understand that if you've had this in the past, it's not going to suddenly go away. But that's pretty much it. Debbie, good morning. Thank you for tuning in today. That is we are the end of our show. We went through everything. Next week, I am going to be talking to you about safety. And I'm going to be implementing a segment called 60 Seconds to Survive. I've had a lot of parents ask, how were we so prepared for the COVID issue that came up in the pandemic? How were we so prepared with water and toilet paper and masks? How did we know this was happening? Well, next week, we're going to start talking about our safety mindset here at school. We're going to talk about CERT, training, first aid, CPR, AED, our community enhancement training that we go through, and I'm going to start sharing that in a segment I'm going to call 60 Seconds to Survive, and through that is also great tips to help you implement at home. I'm going to look down here, got a few things. Bonetta, please thank Christy for testing weekly, makes my life easier. You are more than welcome. Thank you very much. And Debbie, I'll have to catch up on the replay. Absolutely. And if you're watching this, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. It really does help it make it easier to find for other parents. And Sarah, good morning, Dr. P. Will we be offering the internet safety training again? I'm hoping to. I know that I've always had to jump through some hoops to try to get the DOJ or the FBI to come out to the school. And as you know, they take this class very serious. Let me see what I can do about getting them to come out again. I believe it's so helpful, the stories that they share for you as parents to keep your kids safe at home. So let me check into that, Sarah. I think we might be able to, but I can't promise. And Debbie, excited for, yes, Absolutely. Our sixth graders are off to Rawhide Ranch. Yahoo! Anyway, yeah, I do have hair, and it's real. So I know people say people that wear hats don't have hair, but I do. But yeah, our sixth graders are off to Rawhide Ranch. They are going to truly experience the Western life. And they're going, having been in this for the last 6 weeks, and it's going to be a lot of fun for our sixth graders. We will be posting on our website when they arrive at Rawhide Ranch and if there's any other pertinent information. Well, I think that concludes this week's weekly roundup. You are going to see Victoria again at the end here on the horse Lonesome Dove. Anyway, we'll see y'all later on Down the Trails. Happy days, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, give us a thumbs up.
Got a bit of $50, got a bit of $50, got a bit of $50, $5 like soul, and $50.